today we're gonna do something exciting. This is our first so-called proper review. We try to do it as proper as we can. We have here Ronald. So he's a tech-savvy guy, a serial startup entrepreneur, and a gamer. So anyway, today Ronald got something interesting.
Alright, today we're gonna review the Google Pixelbook. Yeah, it's Google's version of a Chromebook.
Ronald being the programmer and a Google guy, so me being an ordinary guy, I bring my Apple Macbook Pro 2017. So we're just gonna do a little bit of comparison and a little bit of review, and we see how we go. Okay, Ron, let's do it.
Alright, let's do it. Let's open this up.
Let's open it up.
Alright.
Nice, and can you show it?
Let's not drop it. Ball. Oh, snap.
Almost.
Almost.
Okay.
Let's do this part.
So Ron, how long have you had this?
So I've had this for probably like about 2 weeks.
When was it first released?
I think it's September 2017.
So what made you decide to get this?
So I've always been a MacBook Pro user for the past 10 years. Cuman I think the one problem I have with it belakangan ini is the touch bar. Itu keyboardnya makin hari makin gak enak. And as a developer, I accidentally touch the escape key with my pinky all the time. I had to remap my caps lock button jadi escape demi.
Because you kept touching it.
Iya. So it drives me nuts. Kayak really kayak jebelin untuk productivity gue. You know, the apps that I use have always all been in Chrome gitu kan. Everything from like WhatsApp, Google Docs, Trello, semua di Google Chrome semua gitu.
Okay.
And as you know, Google Chrome on the Mac tuh it's like a battery hungry app.
Chrome, this guy, is basically they're trying to marry between Android operating system from their phone and the desktop experience that we normally use using Chrome to one machine.
One machine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hardware first.
12.3-inch laptop.
Compared to MacBook, it's
like
smaller.
Much smaller there.
So okay. So how long have you had this?
I've had that for about a year and a half now.
What do you think build quality of this with this?
Sebenarnya sih it's apa ya? I think it's equally good.
That's right.
They're both like. Tapi kerennya ini sih. This is like it's a blend of like glass and besi, kan?
Nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth. No touch bar, thank God. And then it has rubber tracks here.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because you know this thing can turn into a tablet.
Nice.
Or put it on the desk and also like just leave it on like that. Just flip it around.
Flip it around.
But it's just like a book.
It feels nice and light, definitely lighter. This is rubbery, maybe for the grip. And oh, it doesn't detach.
It doesn't detach.
So build quality is very rubbery. How do you like the form factor and the build quality compared to your Mac? Build quality wise.
Well, I mean, like definitely, it's I had to get used to the smaller screen. Cuman because a lot of the apps on misalkan kayak Android is made for an even smaller device, kan, the phone. Jadi itu sampai ke sini actually feels very optimized. So I definitely prefer the lightness of the Pixelbook.
Okay.
But then definitely tuh ada hal-hal yang kayak I'm so spoiled with the Mac.
Which is
like the trackpad.
Trackpad. Let's see the
Ini yang
trackpad.
gede banget nih kan.
This is the trackpad. I don't know how many.
The Pixel one is also a glass trackpad.
It's tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's
like a baby.
But
And this one is a touchscreen.
this is a touchscreen. Yeah.
Which MacBook Pro is not a touchscreen. No Mac got a touchscreen, right?
Yeah, this is optimized. It can be touch. You know, much easier.
So keyboard.
Yeah. So this one definitely has better travel on the keyboard.
Ah.
And compared to the Mac, so you know, it's more clicky. Ya kan?
Jadi you prefer the clicky buttons.
Yeah, definitely prefer the tactile clicky buttons.
It does feel more physically engaging.
Right, it has a proper escape key. Terus keyboardnya juga beda, like, so like, you know, other than the escape key, you know, because it's Chrome, we have things like the back button, the refresh button.
Dedicated.
Yeah, dedicated buttons. It has also built-in Google Assistant, if you can talk to your computer, kind of like, you know, how Apple has Siri on theirs.
Okay.
So this one has like a built-in Google Home.
Okay, so basically this setup to merge between the phone and the computer desktop experience. Yeah. Which one do you prefer then?
Sebenarnya sih, I definitely prefer this one, the Pixelbook one. Cuman kenapa ya? It's because kayak yang the Apple one tuh, it was like a nice gimmick awalnya gitu kan. Cuman akhirnya it's never been used, at least for me gitu kan.
Now, display. Which one do you prefer for display?
I'm indifferent ya. Actually, for me it's relatively the same.
Wow.
Cuman, I mean, it's already kayak a high density screen juga. But maybe if we had to really nitpick it, mungkin yang MacBook punya mungkin masih lebih has an edge to it lah. Maybe like the kayak Adobe RGB coverage-nya ya. Basically, if you want to get a good laptop or a good screen, you have to find the one with almost 100% coverage.
Lah, what's the MacBook?
I think the MacBook one's around in the 90s lah. Compared to the Apple ya kan, ini kan kayak ada bezels-nya tuh kayak
very thick.
Thick kan.
Yes, very thick.
Cuman at the same time, you sort of need it kalau misalkan lo jadi ini tablet, you sort of need it, right?
You need the bezel so you can hold the device.
You hold it jadi kan.
Now that we're on a tablet mode, hardware-wise, right? So
Yeah.
this is at the back. When it's in tablet mode, does it type?
No, it doesn't. It's I think it's disabled.
So jadi, in conclusion, you're indifferent on the display. Whereas for myself, I need to be nitpicky on the screen because in advertising, the display matters. Just want to make sure colors are correct and it's vibrant and what, and especially for presentation, we need to adjust the color, the image. So we work a lot with image. Display is very important. So this one, Ronald here is indifferent. Yeah. So battery life.
So I think because like this is optimized for Chrome,
Right.
I think it lasts longer if you're just trying to use Chrome. For me, it lasts way longer. You know, it lasts so much that I haven't charged this all week. I use it every day. Bukan mungkin nggak sampai all week lah, mungkin tuh lebay lah. Jadi maksudnya kayak 2-3 hari lah ya. Yeah.
Without charge.
Without charge.
It's unheard of because for MacBook Final Cut Pro, without a battery charger, it'll be gone in 2 hours. Say normal use, no video, just browsing, ini probably 4 hours I can get. What about you?
So, you know, the amount of kayak Chrome tabs yang gue buka tuh kayak segudang, right? Nah ini kan karena mungkin dari ground up dia udah buatnya untuk Chrome, udah di-optimize gitu kan. Yeah, USB-C. It has 2 ports.
MacBook have 4. For what you use, it's enough.
Yeah.
Battery life, the Chromebook is better, slightly lower spec.
And don't forget ya kan selalu ada fan-nya kan. This one does not have a fan. That's why it's light.
Software. So, fire away. OS, operating system wise.
So this of Chrome OS, new build of Chrome OS, and it can also run Android apps.
Chrome OS is different than Android.
And it's basically Google's desktop, laptop OS.
Normally, this is my calendar on Google Chrome. Now, is this Google Chrome or is this Android?
So this is Android. And you can run both gitu kan, but then some apps are just better on the Android version. Okay. Cuman the new Chrome OS ini can run Android apps, gitu. And that's where it became the game changer. Gitu. And suddenly, it's not just a browser, but then it can also run native apps. This is like the full-on Play Store.
Find on your phone.
On the Android, yeah.
Okay, Android phone, yeah.
But now you have it here. Kind of like having an Android tablet. Like
Excel.
Word, Excel, even.
So you don't need internet to run those, yeah.
No, even
the Mac runs Mac OS. Windows 10 is a OS. So this is the latest from Google.
Chrome OS, Adobe, Photoshop.
Okay.
That doesn't really exist here. They have like a dumbed down version that you would find on an Android phone juga gitu. Karena this is not meant for designers gitu.
So not for video editing.
I mean they have apps by Adobe, but the thing is it's not the full powerful apps that you'll probably want masih a less powerful version lah. Forget the audience of this laptop are the productivity folks gitu kan. People that are just using it for email, for Excel,
Okay. Slack,
Trello. It needs the battery life, portability. Maybe like your admin staff, your finance staff gitu.
Okay.
Yeah, they can also use this as well gitu. In fact kan kalau di Indonesia tuh kita ngeliat kayak laptops, they're commonly given to
Account payable, account receivable, accounting stuff gitu ya.
Now the cool thing though, with some apps itu udah di-optimize for this larger format. This is like Microsoft Word, full-on Microsoft Word.
And you don't need internet to run this.
And the reason for that is these Chromebooks in the office environment di luar. Kayak Mac ini kan kayak lu beli masih kayak 1.000-1.500 gitu,
Right.
mahal kan. Kalau yang these Chromebooks they start at $200 to $300. Oh, this is $800.
$800 is as much as a phone. The latest Samsung S9,
Around
the same price as a full-on computer.
Exactly. Gitu kan. Also, when you buy a kayak Windows computer gitu kan, you also have to buy the antivirus and all those different things kan.
Okay.
On the Pixelbook, on the Chromebooks, itu semuanya tuh you don't need an antivirus.
Okay, now we're moving on about the software, about the apps. Whether from here or there or...
The answer has been kayak the evolution of the apps juga. Karena for me, even when I was using kayak the Macbook, everything I'd run is inside the browser gitu kan. Kayak si Google Docs lah, Google Sheets, si Slack tadi.
So for you, it's not much change. Yeah?
Nothing's changed gitu.
For normal office, everyday people, just open YouTube, just open Gmail and all that. This works fine.
Yeah.
Do you feel any difference in experience?
I see it in terms of the general 90% of the time browsing, it's absolutely the same. Cuman yang itu tadi, the small nitty-picky stuff.
Like I said, 90% of the time, browsing, YouTube, calendar, contacts, is the same.
The same thing.
About the work stuff, boring stuff, now we're gonna move on about games.
So this one can run, basic. I wouldn't say super basic lah. It's getting more powerful ya kan. Misalkan kayak kita main Fortnite. Fortnite kan sekarang on the iPhone aja udah ada gitu kan.
Alright.
And it's coming soon as well.
All games you have on Android can play here.
Betul.
Like Mobile Legends or PUBG, now they run on Android too, right?
Yeah, they have it on Android too. Yeah.
But for hardcore games like Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto,
Belum bisa.
why do you say belum bisa, Ron?
Really soon, there's this thing called, I think GeForce Now. It's not right now, but it's coming soon. But you can stream all your games from the cloud. Jadi, the GTX 1080 that we always want in our computers will be on the cloud. Gitu kan.
So it's like Netflix for games, basically.
Exactly.
But that means you need a strong internet.
Exactly. So the strong internet is definitely the requirement. So for doing 90% of the tasks, this can do everything for me. However, there are some apps yang I've gotten used to karena it's a Mac gitu kan. For example kan, I cannot do much programming on this. Most programming I still have to do it on a Mac.
Don't know what
it's just like a text editor, but then the thing is, a lot of the tools udah lebih optimized aja on a Mac.
Alright, so we discussed hardware, we discussed software, we discussed OS. So at the end of the day, who would you recommend this Google Pixel for?
And so like this is for the low maintenance user. If you want to give this to your dad or your wife yang
Gaptek
lah.
You would recommend this actually?
Yeah, I would. So for like 90% of the things that you need to do, you need a cukup, especially with the price.
The price for the phone, you get a computer.
Yeah. In fact, even cheaper.
Ecosystem-wise, those who that already use the Mac, probably they feel more comfortable with the Mac.
Again, I think it just fits it mostly for the people that are already on the Chrome browser.
Okay.
And then like the Android is like the icing on the cake. It just adds an extra layer of, maybe a bit of complexity juga, but it adds a little bit more power juga.
Apple iPhone user using the Chrome, how does it connect?
Probably just everything. If you're already using an iPhone, right? And you're using a lot of Google services like Gmail, Calendar,
Google Calendar, Google
Drive.
Contacts.
Yeah, Contacts, Drive. It just makes sense for you to number one switch to Android. And number two, get yourself like. You're probably already using like a Chrome desktop experience anyway.
What's your final say for the Google Pixelbook?
So usually when I switch devices, I'll usually switch back within 24 hours. And this one I've been using it about 2 weeks now. Again, it's like 90% of the things that I do it's here. Like little tiny annoyances, things yang kayak gue harus kayak belajar lagi, I have to get used to it. I recommend the Pixelbook, yeah. It's a low maintenance device. Intinya itu sih.
normal everyday people, you recommend it. But if you the guys with from creative industry, you need it for imaging or sound, make music or games, then this is not for you.
This is not for you.
So thank you everybody. That wraps up our first edition of the in-depth discussion review for the Google Pixelbook. We'll catch you on the next video.
Oke, tunggu, aku mau nambahin lagi. I also think this is for people yang use a laptop every day just to watch Netflix, just to watch YouTube, and to write emails, and maybe a bit of word processing. Small business owners lah.
Small business owner, the one that yang nggak terlalu tech savvy lah. For email and work stuff, this is good enough.
Pasti sering dong yang kayak ditanyain, ini printernya mami nggak jalan gitu, gitu kan, or like perlu fotonya mau di backup gimana caranya gitu kan. Those are the folks that you need to shove a Chromebook to them, right? So it manages your GovTech relationships for you.
Okay, thank you so much guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you do. Thanks Ron.
Alright, thanks Lex.